It seems the Counter-Strike team's focus over the last 2 or so years has taken drastic turns. According to the members of the team, what is made has a lot to do with what seems popular within the community, and for the longest time, this appeared to be competitive and cosmetic features. However, following the release of paid sprays and the subsequent reaction, the focus on cosmetic additions has died down, in favor of new gameplay features in both game modes and maps, with Operation Hydra being an excellent example. However, in the lead up to the operation, there were many pre-leaks hinting towards content that hasn't released yet, and as time moves on, more detailed looks are being taken on the game's files, resulting in new maps, game modes, weapons, and features being possible in the near future. Now, to get this out of the way, Dust 2 is being reworked, in the same vein as Inferno, Train, and Nuke. With the obvious out of the way, brought to my attention is a texture called HR Stone A and B, added in the same update as the Canals map. Now, standard stuff, until a variant on this texture, called HR Stone Blend, is found. Blend textures are pretty standard. They take two separate materials and blend them together to give varied detail, such as dirt on bricks. The second material is specified in what is called a VMT file, which is a fancy text file that tells the main texture what to place. And the second texture for HR Stone is missing, being called HR Snow. HR stands for high resolution and has only been used as a prefix since the addition of the first high resolution map, the Train remake. Now, if a person were to make a replacement snow texture and put it within this blend, this is what it would look like. It's a snowy mountain, possibly in this position. So, a new snowy map. Survival Island has been around since October 10th, 2016, and signifies a new survival game mode. Within CSGO's code is references to beacons, sonar, combat phases, and combat radiuses. In January, more survival code was pushed, and most recently, on June 20th, code for the survival armor, beacons, drones, supply crates, and supply crate parachutes were referenced. Also, the console commands MP Survival Min Crate Spawn, Adrenaline, Armor, Breach Charge, Flashbang, HE Grenade, Molotov, and Smoke Grenade were added, along with the localization files referencing the command Notice Survival Players Left, which isn't actually in the game. Also, the adrenaline shot referenced within the previous code is actually in the game. The models are there. The only map referenced in code for this game mode is called Survival Island, and it hasn't been updated or mentioned in the code since October 10th, 2016. However, and this is not confirmed, according to multiple Reddit users who have posted at different times throughout the last year, CS team member Magnar Jensen, creator of the excellent Mission Improbable Half-Life 2 Episode 2 mod series, has been testing the map as recent as 3 months ago. So a survival game mode is coming and seems to take cues from both Rainbow Six Siege and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Heists have also been in the game mode for quite a while, going all the way back to CSGO's first SDK release. However, the first time it was mentioned within the game's code was in the same update that pre-leaked the survival game mode, with CVARs for slow money being added. And then, something interesting happened. In November, a model called TM Heavy Riot was added. This later became the Heavy Assault suit, and following Hydra's release, the early model was removed. However, this early variant had a major difference. It carried a bag bursting out with cash. Now, compared to the survival game mode, Heist is way less likely and seems to be way earlier in development, but it's still possible. It's in the code. Next, we have 4 maps with very little to go on. DETV Station was first discovered back when Canals launched, as it added 2 studio light models into the game's file, with file paths referencing DETV Station. AR Grease has had 2 separate materials added on 2 different occasions, one for light stains and another for water. DE Glass and AR Baloney were both found in the January 12th update of this year, found within localization tokens of protobuf files. As of today, there are 5 unreleased weapons with subsequent updates and progress being made. 4, being an MP5, Canis Cord, and Urus knives, have been found in weapon icon files, with the Urus knives being the newest following the release of Operation Hydra. Most interestingly is the TAC-21 sniper rifle, which has actually been around since October 22nd, 2014, and has subsequently been mentioned in updates 4 different times, most of them taking place in 2016. Most recently, the new Panorama UI system, which is a feature of Source 2 and has been getting ported into Source Engine Counter-Strike Global Offensive, has been getting updates, and following Hydra's release, 4 model types were added, all referencing pedestals within Panorama. Pedestal_badge, character, and ground variants are found. All of this has to do with weapon and item previews within a player's inventory, as the game currently has a pedestal system all having to do with weapon previews. A lot of work is going on here, but the most important info has to do with weapons. When an item is viewed, the virtual camera used to show the item has a sequence. to direct the movement and the lights around that item. Now, for Panorama UI and this new pedestal function, there are 12 different weapon types for pistols, SMGs, rifles, heavies, knives, and M4s having their own. However, 2 new sequences were added following Operation Hydra, both referencing the TAC-21. For some odd reason, the TAC has its own sequence class. Now, the references do list these animations as temporary, but still, what is Valve doing with this sniper rifle? It's been 3 years. Lastly, and most recently, references to something called a keychain were added on June 20th, with different types of keychains being an AK-47, a banana, bloodhound, grenade, plasma ball, and sugar skull. This is another cosmetic addition and will most likely be in line with stickers. They'll just allow players to customize their already customizable weapons. You can put a keychain on your weapon, it'll have a jiggle bone, it'll move around with your player's movement. That's kind of cool. Please don't make them as rare as knives. So to recap, Dust 2 Remake, Snow Map, Survival Game Mode with Survival Island, Heist Game Mode, DE TV Station, AR Grease, DE Glass, AR Baloney, Canis Cord and Urus Knives, an MP5, and a TAC-21 Sniper Rifle. And this video was sponsored by TradeSkinsFast.com. Check out the link in the description if you want to be able to trade in your unwanted skins for other skins. It's really, really fast. You can do it without anybody's help. You just go onto the website, you log in, you trade in the skins you want, you get the ones you want out, and it's as easy as that. I really recommend checking out the site. I use it all the time, and it's pretty great. Link down in the description below. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video, Trade Skins Fast. And thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. If you want to be able to keep up to date with all of the News Network going-ons, check out my Twitter, link in the description below, and have a good day. Adios.